It's super cool to know that you're back in the mix at a time when the company is fixed to go through so many changes. The other match we're setting up is Kamala Undertaker in a rematch from SummerSlam. This time it's going to be at Survivor Series and the first ever coffin match. Are you involved in that creative?
I did all the vignettes for that. I've got Kamala's coffin, the blueprint for it, downstairs in my basement.
Really?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Paul Bearer is going to keep bringing a casket to the ring during Kamala's matches. Kamala's going to flee through the crowd in fear each time. Then we see all these vignettes of the Undertaker in his workshop building the casket or coffin or whatever you want to call it. Paul Bearer doing all these creepy promos. Essentially, Kamala is going to rest in peace. Where do you shoot these at?
God, somewhere in, I know we stayed in Newark, but I think it was somewhere in either Jersey or Pennsylvania, it was actually an old blacksmith's workshop. Then we had he had horses out there, the big, carriage and all this stuff. I don't even think we shot anything with that, but we actually had an old workshop where we were able to go in and take it over and do all of that stuff and have Undertaker, hammering and the shit flying everywhere. It was great. It was a hell of a day. And it was fun being back, and it was fun, much to Paul Bearer's chagrin, for Undertaker and I to kind of be back and tag team and rib Paul Bearer as the day went on.
Okay, so you guys are just buddies, and you know that you can get to the real life Bill Moody, so y'all have some fun?
Yeah, because he was tired.
I got you.
He was tired. Paul Bearer was a great driver and a hell of a wheelman. So he drove, and we just kind of ribbed him the whole time and just, tried to rattle his cage. And then when he tried to go to sleep in the car, we might have made it difficult.
We love the idea of a coffin match. It becomes a staple for the Undertaker. I mean, at this point, he had done body bag matches, but I think the first ever coffin match was in the WWF and with Dusty Rhodes, right? Back in the day.
It wasn't WWF. We did one in Houston.
Oh, okay.
With Ivan Koloff and Dusty.
Okay. Well,
and the best part about that was that the Paul Bearers Union came to protest that we could not have a casket and that we could not carry someone out. And again, this is the biggest bullshit I'd ever heard in my life. Because you go to a funeral, you have Paul Bearers. It could be your brother, your son, whatever, and all this stuff, and they carry the casket out. Well, these guys are saying they were a Paul Bearers Union, that only they could carry caskets in Texas. Some kind of it was crazy, but they made a big stink. So when Ivan Koloff was put in the casket, he just destroyed it so that they had nothing to carry out.